Well, Zambian international football star Philemon Mulala will be laid to rest today in Lichtenburg in the northwest. The 60-year-old was allegedly mauled to death by his 3 dogs on Saturday, January 7th in Lichtenburg. Now, our reporter Refiloe Seboko is joining us live now from there. Refiloe, what can we expect from today's proceedings?
Good morning, Tokozo. Well, the proceedings are underway just inside the yard. We are doing this crossing outside the yard because when we were trying to get inside, the wife had asked that we don't get inside as that the proceedings and service of the funeral is ongoing. However, we are just outside and I'm joined by Mwanza. He's a childhood friend to Philemon. He's also a former soccer star from Zambia. Mr. Mwanza, thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. When you talk about your relationship and your friendship moments with Philemon, you were so delighted, you were so having a smile on your face. Maybe take us through those moments and how was it like being friends to Philemon?
No, thanks very much. Philemon was a friend. He was a childhood friend. We grew up in the same town in Mfurira, and he started playing football from Mfurira Blackpool, then he went to Mfurira Wanderers. Me, I went for Green Buffaloes. When I went for Green Buffaloes, we used to play just like that. We used to be very good friends. Otherwise, he left for Swaziland, and before he left for Swaziland, he played for KK11. I was also going there for KK11, but the most notable moment of his moments is when we won the Eastern Central in 1984 in Kenya. That's where he scored in the semi-final. He scored 2 brilliant goals that saw us going to the finals. And then there we proceeded winning the Eastern Central.
And some of the most notable moments of Philemon and how, as from Zambia coming to South Africa as well, how did he, make the 2 countries come together through soccer?
Philemon was a very good player whereby he was like Pele, I can say, in those days. He was Pele, he was a dribbling wizard. Together with Kalusha, they were matching from right to left. It was Kalusha, and they were a very good combination, especially with their team, Might Mufurira Wanderers. It is now that they are no longer there playing well. That is why maybe Mufurira Wanderers, it is even down. But otherwise, the football that he brought in South Africa, he was a legend. He was somebody whereby you could admire watching him. Even me, when I was playing, I used to admire him, and also he'll be admiring me from the other side. But otherwise, the combination and the relationship, it became solid when we met again in South Africa.
And the manner in which Mr. Mulala unfortunately was mauled by his dogs, and people were saying, it's amazing because one would think the owner of the dogs will be familiar with him. As somebody who used to visit him, you did say that some Christmas you would come here and spend time here. What did you notice about the behavior and the nature of these dogs?
These pit dogs, I had knowledge about these pit dogs, but him didn't have the full knowledge. So in December 2021, when I was here, when I came for Christmas, I told him, I warned him, and even the wife, I warned him to say, these dogs are not all right. They beat one lady where I'm staying, and she died. So I said, that is all what I can tell you, but otherwise, they really loved the dogs. And how this untimely death came, he never knew, and God will hide out of death. It's him who knows, not us. We don't know. But otherwise, they were a happy family, and these dogs, they all loved them. So it's a pity these dogs. Maybe it was time that maybe they didn't give the dogs in time, and then these dogs, they don't bark, they just attack. So it's a pity. 3 of them, the other one jumped on his throat, the other one again, and he is mauled this side. He has been beaten badly.
It's a very intimate session or service that we are seeing inside. I think it's just not over 50 people that are attending this funeral. Maybe give our viewers what's expected today and some of the people that are attending the funeral today.
You know, some of the people, they got scared. They got scared in a manner to say, the dogs are still there or whatever. They were thinking that maybe those dogs are still there, maybe they might be beaten or whatever. And I take it that most of them, those who have come, others got the news late or whatever. But otherwise, we wanted to wait a little bit, but now because of the wife is not happy with the death. And, you know, we were scared of money to say, how are we going to do whatever? And, you know, the funerals are very expensive, whereby you cut the people from that far from Zambia coming this side. So it's a pity. The family from Philemon Mulala, they just said, go ahead, you can bury, and then we'll take the funeral back home.
Thank you so much for your time. Meshach Mwanza, he is a childhood friend to Philemon in Tokozo, explaining some of the fond memories that they had together. He says that he's also a former soccer star. But in relation to the dogs, what we are finding out is that, in fact, this past week, we understand that the SAPS had decided to put down the dogs. You remember that following that incident that happened here on Saturday the 7th, the SAPS came to the premises to take the dogs away from the premises and house them there. But we are understanding that the information that we are hearing, the latest, is that the dogs have been put down. Explanation from the SAPS explaining that they don't rehome aggressive animals. Now, I guess the fear of those that wanted to come and attend this funeral on whether these dogs are here or not, these dogs are not here. They were taken by the SPCA rather. Let me correct myself there, the SPCA. And they are confirming that they have put those dogs down.
All right, thanks, Refiloe. We'll leave it there for now. A tragic end there for that football superstar.